Hello, everybody. Welcome to QAC, otherwise known as QAC, stands for Quality Anime Cast, where we talk about only the best anime, like Fellow Pure, Netararse, and My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. I am here joined with Daddy.
Yes, I'm Daddy, and I'm joined here by Honey.
It's me. I'm Honey, because
Yeah?
I'm sweet and sweet.
And
like
you're
honey,
small, underage,
and my podcast
adorable.
is made of nothing but sweet, wonderful topics about beautiful anime with very vanilla themes.
NTR.
No. So what is
Break.
We're saying a lot of words here, a lot of key terms over here, Daddy. So what is this whole podcast about? Why are we doing this? Daddy?
Well, really, the reason why we're starting this podcast is because you started an Instagram account where you basically show all these like curated one-liners from hentai. Obviously the people who are following this are interested in hentai, but for those of you who have stumbled upon this, hentai is basically it's Japanese porn that's drawn.
Better anime pornography, better than Pornhub.
Let's just cut through the bullshit. It's Japanese porn drawn in cartoon form, and it's great. We fucking love it. We own a subscription to Faku, and you know what? If there was other fucking subscriptions out there, we would probably subscribe to it too, because we love it that much. You.
You guys are talking
about... Fuck you.
You guys are talking about triple Ds. The only good D is 2D.
Two-dimensional is life. Two-dimensional is truth. The point is that we just figured that we would start this podcast because, quite frankly, we just kind of want to find other people who are like us. We could hardly care less.
Invite them into a circle jerk on February the 41st in Louisiana, Alabama. Meet us there.
Yeah, and we're all going to be naked under the moonlight, and we're just going to
circle jerk.
Conjure an image of Hatsune Miku with Hitomi Tanaka's breasts attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
wait, that's not hentai.
So, Daddy, what's our first topic for our very first ever podcast?
Well, we're going to discuss our most... Well, we like to discuss hentai, obviously, and probably... I forgot what it was called. There was this one newest hentai that came out. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It basically involved this one girl who was trying to gain the attention out of a group of friends. There were 4 friends, and she's kind of like a motherly figure. What is it called? My Life? It kind of
that's why I'm here, because my Instagram, I don't know if you guys see, but
I'm old.
I provide
I forget everything.
I provide both the title and the author to all the hentai I take screenshots of. So this one's called My True Self by Kara Ube Guri. That's spelled
nailed around the head.
Karube.
True Japanese pronunciation.
Yeah,
perfect in every way.
I'm 100% Japanese. Number one waifu. We've got black hair with the black bangs. I'm 17 years old and I go to high school in Japan.
All you horny anime boys who think that katanas are the superior sword, watch out, because this girl is gonna rock you fucking off your knocker.
But yeah, so basically we got. I'm gonna describe some of the art for you. We got this hella fucking thick bitch right here getting meat juice all over her tits, and not like cum, you know. Like
it's literally the first 1 to 2 pages. Yeah. It's just like right off the bat.
And then we have this plain looking girl who's like kind of the mama figure, as Daddy said, where she takes care of all of her buddies. You know, she's basically like Dee Dee all the time. Then eventually she lets loose and gets all drunk, and she's like, "Hey boy, I bet you like that thick friend that we got over there. You don't even like me, and her panties are all flashing everywhere." And then he just fucking grabs her tits.
I kind of like this one because it takes about 4 pages to rev up, and then you already get a lot of shots, a lot of cool stuff after that. It just the pacing is very fast. And
the art's hella fucking good. Like the sex part, like I'm reading it right now as we talk, so we can look at it.
It is pretty good.
There's a good, oh no, our friend walks in and might notice us, but also I'm about to die. So he just grabs her face and like shoves her nose right into his like balls, you know? And then just like, you know, just comes all over her. It's pretty fucking hot. But yeah, they have sex and it's beautiful, and the friends, they knew the whole time that they liked them and tried to set them up. Like, the thick girl wasn't interested in the guy. She was just like, oh. They're actually very perceptive about how they feel about each other.
Don't you feel like on most hentai, it's like the angles, the positions, the shots, they tend to be the same? I just feel like on page 9, it's very different. It goes from underneath.
Hold on, page 9. Let me get over there.
Yeah, it's
page
like she's
9.
giving him fellatio, but it's just like you can see everything.
This is usually
it's
what
nice.
you see in hentai animation. That shot is what you see from hentai animation.
Really?
And yeah, because
Can you explain? Okay, so I prefer, drawn.
Oh yeah, Daddy here likes the written word.
Spoken. Yeah.
The written word, and I like to hear those gushy, mushy sex sounds.
I don't really care for animation. I feel like, still frame is the way to go. But, really, so those kind of shots are what you get in animation.
Yeah, and usually in the thing with the animated hentai, they come from like a bunch of different angles because sometimes it's a repetitive movement, so it gets really boring if it's just at one angle. So usually when they're sucking dick, they get them from under the titties, from the side, from above, like just all the damn angles. Versus in manga, they're kind of limited to how many frames they could do. Like, I mean, how long can a blowjob scene last? You know?
Yeah. Okay. So look on page 9 of this particular hentai, we're counting like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 different blocks or stills.
Oh, panels?
Thank you. Panels. I don't know the correct wordage. Although I do enjoy this enough to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's honestly page 10. The dick sucking scene is really fucking good. Like when I see it, I'm like, I could eat some cum right now. That looks really.
It really
good.
spoke to me. I mean, like there's quite a bit of it, and then what I like is that they don't stick on it and focus on it too entirely long. There's a lot of foreplay in this. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's really good. Again, it's called My True Self by some Japanese artist. So it's like we're reading some kind of class where we like read the book together. That'd be really cute. Oh my gosh! Please join. It's like in church. Please join us for our sermon.
Please turn to page 432 in chapter 15.
Pretty much the story. It's 22 pages.
I've had plenty of friends bust my nut concerning Faku subscriptions, and you know what? Okay. Sure. No, wait. So, I just want to say one thing real quick.
No, this is going to be a whole conversation. This is going to be a whole topic.
Just one thing. I swear to God, only 5 seconds.
Okay.
You may search all you want, but you will never be able to outcompete the fact that all this Faku stuff is uncensored. That's it. That's it.
Okay, legit. So, actually, our next topic is going to be about the actual websites we go to read our hentai. So, our main website is really Faku. Faku, as you guys may or may not know, is a hentai website where you actually now do need a subscription to read stuff. Before, like, what was that, maybe correct. A year ago, a year and a half, it was all free. Everything was free. You could read whatever you wanted, and it was great because it was translated. And the reason I like it very much is because they only put the good fucking anime. We don't have some weird hentai coming back from like the 2000s just coming up in here like an N hentai. Because N hentai, they will like just pump out all of a sudden 30 translated hentai, but then some of them will be like from the 90s.
Yeah.
And it'll be gross or whatever. Or it's just like some nasty shit. Or like sometimes there's like yaoi mix in there or cheese.
I think we're doing our fans a disservice. Well, okay, sorry. Not fans yet. Sorry.
No, you're fans. Fuck you guys. Get out of here unless you're a fan.
Explain Faku and explain in hentai.
So
.net and .com.
So they're both hentai websites. So Faku, it's run by our sponsor.
Well, they're both .net.
Our sponsor Jacob, who gives us billions of dollars.
Yeah, Jacob gives us plenty of money.
Thank you, Jacob. Our sponsor. We're just kidding.
Our God, our livelihood.
Jacob, please don't sue us. We just really love your Faku stuff. Eventually, do give us free stuff because we will always shout you out. We love you. We love you, Jacob.
We bought so much of your shit during that one convention. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know how to explain it besides the fact that they're both hentai websites.
Well, Faku is, number one, the main English publishing company that focuses on hentai. Yes, they are based off of Texas. But when you subscribe to Faku, you mainly get English properly translated hentai. They're all uncensored. The format is great. And the variety is pretty decent too. Yeah,
there's no like 3 pages that say, "Oh, this is like translated with all the translator credits."
Right.
Like, I mean, those are great because that's appreciated the people who did the work. But this is like these people are being paid to do this.
These are professionals.
They're a part of the Faku like company or whatever.
And not to say that the people on in hentai are not non-professionals. It's just Faku has actually developed true relationships with the artists themselves.
Oh yeah, dude, the artists legit, like the people that sell the
Yeah.
books here, they legit comment. They're like, "Thanks
Right.
for buying our stuff." Like, it's super cool to see that.
No, Faku's in direct correlation, and they're actually conversing with the artists themselves. It has to say something a little bit.
Yeah, it's really nice. So all their stuff, they have agreed. The artists have agreed to putting their stuff on the website. Like, these artists aren't being undercutted by
Right.
other translating websites or scanlation websites that just scan their stuff without permission. Like,
That is completely correct.
This is good for them. You know, it is a symbiotic relationship
Right,
between
right,
Faku
right.
and the artists.
But we get it. Okay, look, not everyone can spend
Oh, yeah.
$13 a month on hentai, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not knocking other websites
No,
like
no.
Hentai Foundry or
So-
hentai.net. All of those are really good websites
Yeah, let's
as
talk
well.
about other ones. So,
Yeah.
Outside of Faku, both of us use hentai. I use Doujin Moe. I don't know. What it is. They changed their name, but that one's good because they have an actual hentai watching site in addition to their website. Usually, what happens is that when Faku got official and you had to pay for a subscription, they took off all the stuff that they scanned like illegally. All the stuff that the artist didn't agree to, just the stuff you see on hentai, people just scan that. The artists aren't making any money from it. They removed everything, and me and Daddy over here were like panicking. We were like, what the
Where
fuck?
did our favorites go?
Where did our favorites? So one of them was called Monsters. And if you type in monsters, not knowing the artist, you will just get a shit ton of monster porn, and it had nothing to do with monsters. And I was just flipping the fuck out trying to find it. So that was a problem for me with Faku.
Okay,
they
look.
removed a lot of their stuff, and then we went to like hentai and stuff like that to find it.
Honey, and everyone else listening to this, you gotta admit, when you're trying to find your favorite hentai that you read like 2 years ago, you're like, you're just trying to pump your best out onto that search engine. Shut up. Just like, is that one girl who just like got fucked by like that one monster, and she was like spread out on the bed, but she was like wearing like a choker or something, and then like there was like some like hero. I don't know. It's like when you're trying to find hentai, it gets really fucking hard.
And the Faku community will fucking respond. There's a forum specifically dedicated to people who can't find their shit, and they will message you like, this man, he saved my life. It was called Monsters by Sumiya, and he's my favorite artist, and we won't talk anymore about it. But yeah. So the other thing too is on Faku, they don't have like parodied hentai. Like you won't find Boku no Hero Academia hentai on there. So that's kind of a con if you're into that kind of stuff. Or sometimes they do. They have a couple on there.
I feel we've sung our praises enough for Faku.
Yeah.
Although I don't doubt that anyone in the hentai community sees Faku as a complete. Faku did go legit. Faku is making money, but at the same time, Faku does provide good work.
Yeah.
But there's other entities out there that do, considerable work as well. And hentai is one. Hentai Foundry is another. There's probably more that I would be able to investigate. It's just I simply don't have the time. I work in San Francisco, which has to say something when it comes to the commute. I get it where I can, okay, guys. But hentai is pretty good in the fact that it's just a shit ton of variety. There's just so much stuff on that website, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a much more of a variety on hentai, obviously, and it's translating to like a million different languages.
I basically forget like it exists for like 2 or 3 days, and then I have a week's worth of stuff to catch up on.
There's like 300. That's the thing. Like, I can't go to bed without reading at least 2 hentai before I go to sleep, and at least one of them has to be very like gratifying story wise, and I can't go to sleep without it. So when I go on hentai and see like 10 of them, or like there's like 30 of them within like a night they're released, and I have to read all of them.
Yeah.
I have to.
And what's nice about them is that there's a group of people who are working on translating all that stuff into something that everyone can access. English, Chinese, Japanese, there's all kinds of stuff. And
lots of furry porn. But my problem is...
you know what? I will give props to hentai on this. There's more yaoi porn on hentai than there is Faku.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all of you ladies or gentlemen out there who are interested in yaoi, I'd say that hentai almost, not exactly 1-to-1, it's probably like 6-to-4. They pump out a lot of
But that's the thing.
yaoi.
It's not just yaoi. It's like pornographic yaoi. Like most yaoi is just like a normal manga with their story, but
It's
just
like a
gay.
one shot.
Yeah, this
It's
one
more
it's
like-
very pornographic.
You
yaoi.
want to see some guy get his asshole filled with cock? Go to hentai.
And they're mostly doujins. Like they're never. Some of them are like actual legit stories, but that's only pumped up by like that one bara artist that everyone loves. I forget what her name is. And they also have what I love about hentai is the Korean webtoons. I love Korean webtoons.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're so fucking good.
Faku mainly
Faku
focuses
doesn't have
on
that
Japanese artists, but you know what? And hentai.
Jacob,
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, hey, look. Maybe it's just only intrinsic because the fact is that Faku is based in Texas, which is Western. Faku is really good at Japanese and including on a occasional basis Western. But in hentai has Chinese and Korean artists as well. More often than not, I find in hentai to fill a very unique gap, which is that the two things I notice. I see a lot of Korean Chinese stuff, and I also see a lot of yaoi on there. And it's pretty hard to find yaoi to begin with.
Yeah. Daddy loves his yaoi.
Yeah, I really do.
Couldn't live without it.
Something about two muscular men just railing at each other and
I
just
don't even
fucking
know.
beating the shit out of each other with their cocks is just amazing.
I don't even know why he subscribed to Faku, because there's like no yaoi on there.
There's like none. Honey, you're the one who's into yaoi. Quit
No.
painting me in a negative light.
You're...
Everyone knows that every female chick out there is into yaoi.
The first stage of yaoi is denial. It's like...
You're right.
Okay.
When I saw that couple at that one store and they were holding hands and they were both guys, I just felt myself becoming engorged. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What time is it? Is it time to end our podcast? Or
I
18
think
minutes in?
about.
Or do we have something else?
Well, I just think it would be nice to reiterate what we are all about. I mean, you started an Instagram account called what?
Hentai Honey.
Hentai Honey.
Follow for follow. Just kidding.
And the whole purpose of that is to extract funny quotes.
Elaborate even more. Honestly, the person who wanted to start this podcast was Daddy over here, because we always have really good conversations.
I've always wanted to start a podcast
in general,
but not a podcast specifically about this.
Yeah, most of the stuff like we talk about it in the car. We get into politics, we get into all sorts of things. But the thing is, it always ends up into something sexual about hentai.
Really, all of our more deeper conversations begins with something that's truly deep,
We talk about politics, racism. We talk about current events, and it just ends up in hentai. I don't know.
I personally think that we bring a lot to the table, and for some reason, it always ends up with damn fucking hentai.
Yeah,
it's almost guaranteed. So I don't know. I mean, like,
it's something we're both deeply passionate about. Like, we joke a lot, but honestly, hentai couldn't live without it.
the point is that we don't need this podcast. It's just we want to find other people who are like us. I want to find other individuals who like hentai just as much as us, who want to have interesting conversations just as much as us. And I don't know. This is the means to find those people. To be perfectly honest, it would be nice to find more people like you, honey.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys kind of could pick up on this. There's a lot of what is it called? Big Daddy, Little Girl.
DDLG, Daddy, Dom Daddy.
Dom
Little
Daddy.
Girl?
I thought it was Big Daddy.
No, with Eddie Murphy.
Well, hey, you might make fun of me for this, but isn't it more dad to actually fuck this popular media culture shit up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pokemans?
Trying to figure out hentai.
What is this hentai?
Yeah, Daddy just walked in on me like watching hentai, and then we started to bond by watching it
Conquered
together.
her pud, and then we eventually bonded.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, anywho, I guess
that's the end of our podcast. Anime quality anime cast. Quack.
quack.
That's us.
No, it is quality anime cast.
Yeah, that's what I said. Quality anime cast.
No, you said anime quality cast.
No, I said because I forgot who we were called.
Yeah, you did.
Our name's gonna change. Until
We are quality anime cast.
Yeah.
We talk about really good anime that is not Naruto, not Bleach, and not any of that stupid shit. It is mainly Napata, QV, Meme 50, Prototype 100. Maybe I got that wrong.
Napata.
Napata. Who else?
Juvie.